Welcome to this introductory video on MQTT, how to implement MQTT in Smart IoT dashboard. And we'll explain how you can connect MQTT to a debug node. Obviously, you can do the advanced one later on, but let's get started. First one, create new application, MQTT test, SACL MQTT test, that's what we're going to name it. And then you could do the same with the instance, SACL MQTT instance or test instance. You can copy paste it easier. Yeah. And then you need to select a template. We do the default one here. We don't need to choose anything else, just default, create it. When you create it, you'll see this SACL MQTT test application at the bottom. And obviously you need to turn it on before we can actually use it. Turn it on. When I start it, the instance will start running. Make sure not more than 2 instances are running at the same time. This is a URL which you must remember, because you need to use this URL while configuring the MQTT and also writing the code to send the data from sensor to the MQTT. So we'll come back to that later. Let's go to the editor. Here inside the editor, which takes a while to open because it's opening from the actual container. Now, once the editor is open, then you need to go down to the network nodes where you'll find the MQTT. So you'll see two MQTT nodes. One is MQTT in and one is MQTT out. So the MQTT in node is the one that you use to send data to your dashboard. So for example, you want to send data from your sensor, which is a temperature sensor on Raspberry Pi, and you want to pick up that data and send it to the dashboard, then you use MQTT in. MQTT out, on the other hand, is when you want to communicate to the sensor. For example, there's a fan motor on Raspberry Pi, or light or something like that you want to turn off and on. Then you use MQTT out, because you can create a button and then subscribe that button to MQTT out, and then MQTT out can send data from the button to MQTT out, and then it can turn the light on and off, because your sensor can be connected to MQTT out, reading a data from it. When it's 0, its light is off. When it's 1, light is on. So this way you can use data coming into your dashboard and going out. So it's a two-way communication from your dashboard. You can. So let's start with MQTT in, because that's what we're going to describe. When you drag and drop MQTT in with a debug, we're not right now connecting it to a dashboard because this is the first lecture. You can do it later on yourself, but we're just going to show you how you can debug data coming to MQTT. So now we are connecting this to debug, and same way you can connect to anything. So here, when you configure it, double click it, you'll get to this screen where you configure it. Here you need to provide first the server, right? So there's a plus button that you see in front of the server, and that's what you need to click and copy this information from here first. Yeah, we copy this information from here. I told you this is important. Smart IoT Cloud, and this 4487 as a port number. So you come here, click the plus button here. Yeah, and you come here. Here you paste it, and then you can cut the port number, because there's another text editor for port number next to the server. So here you paste the port number. So your server will always be Smart IoT Cloud and port number this, and you add it and you come here. Here you can select it, and then you want to give a topic, right? So topics are in MQTT very important, because topics are either you publish a data to topic or get a data from topic. So for example, when your MQTT, let's say Raspberry Pi send the data, it will send the data to a topic, and you need to define that topic here, which topic it will send data to. So for example, this MQTT data is let's say we imagine on this server, this is a watt data, so we can name our topic as a watt, and it has to have a unique name, right? So we can name it anything we want depending on what this data is all about. If it is a temperature data, we'll name the temperature topic, but it's a watt 1, because there could be multiple topics. And here, this is I'm going to explain this a little bit more detail, this QS, right? Quality of service implementation is by default in MQTT. if you use 0, okay, it doesn't implement equality of service. So like a UDP data, right? If you use 1, that basically give you confirmation. The receiver is sending you confirmation that it has received the data. For example, the sender sent the data and it get a confirmation data has been received. So this is like I would say middle halfway through QS, but the QS2 is just like TCP, two-way handshake. So if you are using application which is like a UDP data, if you lose the data, you don't care, you use 0. But if you are using a data which you are sending frequently, then and you also need let's say a full TCP confirmation two-way handshake, then you can select QS2. But if you're sending it frequently, there will be a delay because every time it will do the handshake. Yeah. So I would say if it is not very important data, use 0. If it is a little bit important data, use 1, depending on the frequency of it. If you are occasionally sending it once in a day or twice a day or once hour, then you can use QS2 because they won't cause a delay. But if you are sending a data every second, then every second you will be doing a two-way handshake, which will create a delay. Like it will first connect the sender, confirmation will come back, and then it will send the data and confirmation will come back again, connect the sender to before sending the data. So this way two-way handshake create a lot of problem, but it gives you more security that data never get lost. So let's not use 2, let's use 1, because most of the people actually use 1 because it gives you as compared to 2, it gives you more security, less security as compared to 2, because in 2 you get full-fledged TCP kind of like, but 1 give you like, okay, I'm sending you data and you just send me the confirmation that I have received it, right? So I select 1, done, of transit design. So this is the other field, and that's it. Okay, now you see it's connected here. It's connected, it's green, so that means your MQTT is configured. If you don't get a green, it's not configured, right? Double click debug window, and that's where we will actually see our debugging report. If you obviously you may not be able to follow my clicks, but you can do it by pausing the video. Let's open the program that I have written already. Now here in this program, I'll explain you what are the fields that you need to change. Obviously, explaining you how to write this program is out of scope of this video. You can get a copy of this program from me directly, and then you can make changes and can plug and play and try. So in this one, you can see I have connected to MQTT broker on top, where you see there is a Smart IoT Cloud as a broker, and then a port number which is not this one in the one we just created. We need to change the port number, we'll come back to later. And then the topic is WARS1, which is what I actually kept there as well. The Smart IoT Cloud.io is a broker for all the application that you create here, but you don't need to change that, always Smart IoT Cloud.io. But port number you may have to change every time you create a new instance. And let's go back and see what is the port number for us. So you can see port number two ways here, 40487 is available here, and also available on the dashboard as well. Here 40487, we can copy it from here like this and take it to our code and paste it here. So that's all the changes you need to make in this code, even if you want to use the same code for a new application. And this code is sending the words to that topic. As you see, I run it and it is sending these words to the topic with the interval. So if I go back to debug report, I'll see that every interval it will send these words. So these are random values I generated just for testing, but just see that's how data is being sent from the Python code, which will be run on a server, and then that data is sent to the MQTT, and MQTT basically display you this data on the debug. So you can connect this arrow to you can connect this to a UI as well, but UI is out of scope of this. So let's create another topic, because today is all about topic and MQTT. Let's create another MQTT topic. I drag it, I create another debug, connect it together. You see, it's not configured yet. I double click it. One is connected and one is not connected. See, here this is what one. This could be in the same room. Two topics. So I say room 1 watts. Yeah, and then I have another done. I have another data in the same room, and the second data are to the same topic, right? Server, sorry. Server is same, but the topic is different. So this would be room 1 slash gas, maybe gas data or gas consumption. I could do gas consumption. Because that's in the same room. I'm showing there is a one topic taking the watts of energy and one is showing the gas consumption. Now it's connected, you see. See, it's connected. So this way you can go back to the same program I showed you. Like I said, the writing a program out of scope of this video. So you can, same way as you sending data to the watts, you can send data to the gas consumption topic. All you have to do is put a room 1 backslash / watts there when you send the data to the topic, and when you send the data to the gas consumption, you say room 1 / gas consumption. Yeah. So these are two topics in the same room. So this way room 1 knows, oh, this is room 1, and same way you can create another flow. You say room 2 and another flow, and then you say watt 1 and room 2 watt 1 room 2 watt gas consumption. Similarly, you can define different rooms, different topics. And now let me tell you about wildcard. There's another advanced topic, by the way, which is not in the scope of this video, but I just want to show you something else as well. So you can do wildcard room 1 / hash. Now this is a wildcard and you can read more about it. Like I said, it is out of scope of this video, so we are not going to cover it in a lot of detail. But wildcards are special type of topic that can be only used for subscription, not publishing. So you can't publish the data on the wildcard, but you can subscribe to a wildcard topic, and in this way when you connect to a wildcard, you can get the data about the gas and also about the watts as well, which means that client can subscribe to a wildcard topic to receive messages from multiple matching topics on that. And you can read more about it in Hive MQTT about wildcard. This is out of scope of this, and because this is one of the advanced topic which I'm not covering wildcard in this video, maybe in the future when we do the advanced MQTT, I'll explain you about usage of wildcard. But at this stage you don't need to worry about wildcard. Out of curiosity, you can read about it. But I'm telling you why we need to use slash with the room 1 room 2, because in the future you can use wildcard as well. I don't want to confuse you with too much detail about the wildcard, but for you, just this is enough.